emoji and you can weed them out.
Oh my god, if they sent me an eggplant, I'm out.
No, I'm serious though. Like,
But yeah,
it's
no,
not shaped like an eggplant. I'll tell you that.
well, I don't know.
Mine aren't grapefruits either.
$1,000 worth of clothes to Goodwill.
What
No,
is
but
that
you-
like?
I know. I'm just saying. For instance, if it was me,
Never do that.
I'm just saying a person like me, I wouldn't. I'm just saying a
Of course,
person
yeah.
like me.
Like, was that hard?
Yes.
Yeah, like Eastside.
These were like, wait a second. Are you
Like,
They're performers.
beautiful, they're entertainers.
I told her during it, I'm like, no one dances like that.
I do like them too, Joe.
Yeah,
But
he kind of reminds me in a way, like he's kind of difficult.
you don't actually know the person. So you're just randomly texting someone.
Yeah, but you kind of have to make a connection first anyways, right?
You do. However, it's so weird because, like, if someone blows me off, I don't take it personally because I haven't physically met them. Like, they
Right.
don't know what I look like, and I feel like Nancy's a little bit better. In
They don't know what
person.
you look like?
Not just pictures.
Oh.
Yeah, pictures don't really.
You know
But
what
so
I
does
mean?
it feel like a blind date going into it?
No.
I haven't dated since I was like 22, so I don't even know what it feels like. It feels weird.
Because
Yeah.
even on blind dates, sometimes you might talk to a person on the phone, even when we were younger, for a minute, and get to know them a little, and then go out. As opposed to just like showing up, I don't know what they look like, I don't know what they sound like.
No, with this kind of dating, and this is only from, I know from you and my other friend, that you do.
Or one other friend.
You see them, and sometimes you make a connection, and like at least she said she'll text a little bit and see if there's a connection, and if they're annoying to her, she'll
So it's like a screening
end
period.
it. Yeah, it's almost a screening process.
I don't know if you, for me anyway, I don't know if you necessarily are like, oh my god, I have a love connection on texting, but I definitely
Well,
can
no, you don't
weed
need that.
people out.
Right.
Yes,
I
right,
can
right.
weed people out in a heartbeat
Right.
on texting. For
They use the wrong
sure.
emoji and you can weed them out.
Oh my god, if they sent me an eggplant, I'm out.
No, I'm serious though. Like,
But yeah, no, it is
Wait
true.
a second, what does that mean?
An eggplant?
she doesn't like plant eaters.
No.
Wait, I feel like I should know
What does
this.
that mean?
It sounds
Eggplant?
familiar.
It's not a pineapple, like the whole thing with the
You
pineapple
obviously
in
know
the-
what an eggplant is, right?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
That's what it look like.
Penis.
An eggplant looks like a
Oh,
penis?
it does?
No, it's a,
Who's
it's
got a
a,
big
it's
fat
a,
penis like that?
A purple.
A purple
A deep
penis?
purple penis.
A banana, yes. An eggplant?
A deep.
maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I thought the eggplant
Then I'm really way off.
was a
What-
metaphor for penis.
I thought
I
plant
mean,
eater.
I would
Joe's
think like
Joe's like
zucchini.
using the stick figure.
I used the middle finger.
I would
That's
say
mine.
like a zucchini or a cucumber, but I did not think
I'm
eggplant.
pretty sure it's the eggplant.
Oh, wow. That is
Anyway,
so
can we talk about
funny.
something else?
That's so funny.
All right, so this guy drove over from the east side.
Eggplant.
I literally was like, I have from 5 to 7 to meet with you. There's a freaking snowstorm. You're
put a
coming
time limit on it.
from... Yeah, you're coming over. I mean, like, I'm not leaving Westlake. So he's like, yeah, I'll come over. So we met at Cracker Park. It was lovely. I had my girlfriend there with me, who I had been day drinking with since lunch. And she came on the date with us, and we had a really good time.
You brought someone? Did he know?
Wow.
Is that weird? Is
Yes.
that
I
bad?
mean,
Okay, well, what did he feel about that?
Well, I texted him beforehand. It was like, hey, my girlfriend.
did you send
is-
them 4 grapefruits?
Is it grapefruit now? That's
That's 2
the symbol
boobs and
for-
2 boobs. That's 4.
Oh,
That's
for,
great.
No,
girls.
that's melons.
Boobs?
That's melons.
Whatever, they're round. I mean, it's my thing is not shaped like an eggplant. I'll tell you that.
Well, I don't know.
Mine aren't grapefruits either.
All right.
Or any kind of
There
Alright,
we
whatever.
go. Yeah, like plums or something. Maybe some dates.
Dates. Mine
Grapes.
are dates. Mine are
Grapes.
dates. Grapes are dates.
Oh,
now.
dates, yeah. Raisins.
Dates, like a little shrivelly.
Anyway,
A little long.
All
so,
right, let's go on to whatever. She
wait,
doesn't-
I just want to finish it. So I texted him because I'm polite, as you guys know. And I said, my girlfriend is coming with me. We've been day drinking all day. She's going to come with me and just have one drink with us. And he was like, awesome. That'll break the ice or whatever. So she ended up staying. He bought her drinks as well.
Oh, my gosh.
And we had a really nice time.
Where can I ask where you met?
Burntwood at Cracker.
Oh, okay. Just curious. I'm trying to figure out like the ambiance.
Yes, it was a nice ambiance. We sat at the bar. It was fun. So my girlfriend, me, and my date from the east side, which, you know, I don't really...
What if he hit
You
it
like
off with your
East
friend
Siders?
more?
Yeah, wait a second. You
Like
are
how-
very much a West Sider.
Yes.
Like, was that hard?
Yes.
Yeah, like East Side.
Because we're like, wait a second. Are you... Yeah.
I'm like, where are you from?
Pennsylvania,
And then
did you
can we get on a
say?
map?
Or
Like, where is that? I don't even know where that's from.
Pennsylvania.
So
or...
yeah, it's dating when you're in your 40s.
early 40s.
Well, no,
Doesn't
I'd
matter,
say
no,
early
it's still
40s.
None of us are early 40s.
Is very interesting because as someone who hasn't dated in, oh my God, almost 25 years, it's really weird because you think you're just organically going to meet someone.
It's a different way of doing
But,
it
like,
anymore. You don't just go to a bar and meet people like
Like,
that.
is it fun? I
This
think it's exciting.
this was my second date ever in person, and it was nice. It was cool.
Yeah.
Am I ever gonna see him again? I don't know, but you know what I mean.
I don't know. Yeah.
But very nice guy, for sure. Very nice guy.
It's funny though, like my friend who's been doing it, she made this amazing connection with this guy. Like she was like, it was intense. Like our connection was crazy.
Like right away?
Yeah, and then he just ghosted her. You know, and she's kind of new, like she just got out of a relationship and she's like, it's hard. Like it's that part. Yeah.
All right, I don't want to, did she think it was amazing because she hadn't been...
No, because she hasn't been married in a long time. She's been in like dating like she's been dating and she just had like a recent relationship, like longer term, but like, you know, I don't know, a couple years.
Okay.
And then
So she's been out there.
Yeah, she's been out there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did yours go then overall? Was there a spark or not?
On
No.
a scale of 1 to
All right.
10?
You answered it already.
It's also, I feel like, is it a little harder to judge when it's not just the two of you? Maybe?
No. I felt like if it wasn't just the two of us, it would have been much worse. But I feel like you either feel it or you don't. You know what I mean?
Well, that's an interesting thing because do you think that all relationships you feel it or you don't?
I do.
I do.
Because sometimes
Yeah.
can't you like kind of become friends with someone and then it falls into something else?
Over time, yeah, but you don't. That doesn't happen in this type of dating.
I think you're either super attracted to someone or you're not. You either...
Yeah, but remember the times like, okay, so this guy I dated forever, like in my 20s, he like I wasn't attracted to him at first. And then I like grew his personality and like whatever and I kind of grew to see him differently, right? You don't think that can happen?
Well, sure. There's also arranged marriages where you're 12 in India, where you have to like
you better fall in love with his personality.
the person. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess
I just don't think it
grow to
works like
love
that anymore.
someone.
I don't think dating works like that anymore. You don't have the time that. I mean, unless you guys are like, oh, we like being friends, and then you're friends for a while, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I think I like this guy. It just doesn't. You're not looking for a friend to hang out with, are you? You're looking for.
Not on the east side.
Well, right, exactly, especially that.
I don't know. I'm really not that concerned with finding a significant other right now. Frankly, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right.
Like I have a lot of other stuff going on, so I
Yeah.
don't really care, honestly.
Yeah, it's weird because from this side, all I think about is if I would just like be like, you know, no offense, like just alone, like, oh God, this is nice to just do whatever you wanted. It like that freedom of like.
It's really
So,
nice
like,
being alone. No offense.
No, I get it. Believe me.
Yeah, we both
I
do. So
understand.
that's the thing. It's like I don't know if I like dating
But-
would be fun, but I'd be afraid that I would fall for
That
someone
being said, I
and go
wouldn't.
right
To me,
back
the littlest
in.
thing would be like, yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that.
But,
I'm out.
But we're not alone because you have kids, I have kids.
Yeah.
So we're never alone.
No.
If I was a single person alone, I might think differently. But I have 3 kids. You guys have 4 kids. You're never really alone.
Yeah, right. No.
So the fact of bringing another person into the ad shit show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
a
lot.
lot. It's a lot,
And it's
lot,
your
lot.
shit show.
Yes.
And here's another thing I'm getting.
Did he
I'm
have kids?
Yes, but they're in college. But I don't care about that. But here's what I'm getting a lot of. So I'm still in my 40s, hanging on, like crawling, hanging on.
Yeah.
But I'm getting men that are in their younger 40s hitting me up, and they don't have kids.
Yeah, it's a totally different, like, don't you think it's such a different, like...
It totally is, because
Yeah.
I think that
Because
women...
we're ready to, like, move to the next stage almost. Like,
Well, I think women who are single and don't have children, God bless them, but they kind of get what it is to have kids. I think men who are in their 40s who have never been married, never have kids, they're not going to get where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Right.
They're just not.
Yeah.
They're still...
I agree.
They haven't done anything to make them grow up.
Yeah, right.
Here I am offending people.
Probably why they're 40 and still trying to date.
No, but I agree. I also think having kids humbles you a lot. And, it like, I don't know, it brings out the best and the worst in you. I just think it's a whole different side of you that, like, if you don't have kids, you might not access.
Well, it takes you out of yourself.
Yeah.
So you're not like, whereas a man, especially who's in his early 40s, who's never been married and never have kids, they're still stuck in that kind of
party lifestyle.
I think so.
It's
Well, it doesn't
like
have to
the
be
only
party
child
lifestyle.
syndrome.
Right, it doesn't have to be party lifestyle. But my point is, even if they I'm sure they work. They go to work. They come home. They go to the bar. Or they hang out by themselves. They don't. It's such a different. I mean, we all know.
It is.
There's no way to even explain it.
Yeah, but you can't even understand it because you haven't done that for how many years? So, like, you think about doing that.
No, I could never be like a 40-year-old single guy with no kids.
But I'm
because
saying,
I have
imagine what
kids.
it feels like to go that whole time, 20s, 30s, 40s.
Right, with nothing.
Like, no, with getting up, going to the, whatever.
Right,
like,
I know.
I just can't imagine what.
That's what I'm saying.
That buildup of time, like what that.
So if a guy is like talking to me on like a chat or whatever the frick it is, and then they're like, they just call me, and I'm like making dinner. Like, I'm like, I can't answer the phone.
Yeah, I'm not like sitting waiting for your call with like it all set up. Are you gonna FaceTime me?
Just a
Like, my
different life.
son's like skateboarding through the house.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, maybe if
can't-
your kids were older, away at college, whatever, it might be a different story. But you still have kids in school, high school, grade school.
I'm not interested in them. I'm just gonna lay it out there. I'm not interested in that.
And who?
In men who, this is
And
so
then,
shitty.
just stop right there.
In men who are younger than me and have never been married and don't have kids. I just feel
it's a
like in the
different
long
life.
run,
I mean-
yeah, we might go out and have great sex or whatever, but in the long run, are we really going to have something
Right.
in common
Yeah.
where he's going to understand my lifestyle?
Right.
Probably not.
Because even when they grow up, they're still gonna be a part of your life. So like, it's not.
They're not going away.
Right. So it
Right.
has to be someone who kind of gets that.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Very good.
Do we have anything else?
I do.
All right. So
How
let's
about
start.
this?
Let's start the show.
Excellent.
All right. So all this stuff with the parents. Speaking of parenting, paying off these colleges, right? Not paying them off, but giving them all this money. Okay, this guy Douglas Hodge was a CEO of some huge company, right? He just got 9 months in prison, a $750,000 fine, and 500 hours of community service. The biggest sentence yet for all these people.
For
And
doing
listen to
the
this.
same thing that what's her name
Felicity
said?
Huffman, yeah, but when I realized Felicity Huffman did is something very different. But 31 people have pled guilty, 31 parents. 22 are awaiting to go
So
to
paying
trial.
off people to get their kid into a certain
Yes,
college.
but do you know what Felicity Huffman did? She actually only got 2 weeks in prison because she paid $15,000 for SAT scores, which I didn't realize.
But I
I
also
thought
thought-
she actually paid the college off, but she did not.
She also got off because she pleaded guilty like right away.
Yeah, but so did he.
But wait
Oh,
a minute. I thought Huffman falsified that her daughter was this big jock.
I thought that was the other one.
That's what they all did. That was the theme throughout.
That she
But
was
they-
like a rower and
but
she
they-
was
Oh,
like this.
Yes, but they said after all, they could only prove that she paid for the SAT score, and it was only 15 grand. So they gave her 2 weeks in prison. She had the lightest sentence.
And what technically that was lying? Like, what was her offense? Like, she was a liar?
But you know what? Like when I don't
Fake
know.
ACT score, SAT
When I
scores.
yeah.
But there has to be a law against that. You can't just go in there and be like, oh, you fake this or whatever.
Yeah,
There's
right.
got to be a law against
Well,
it.
when
Was
I
it-
started kind of looking into it more, like this guy, this Douglas Hodge, so he paid for 4 of his kids, 4 of them, 2 for USC and 2 for Georgetown. Okay, what he said though, and I have to say as a parent, this is awful, but I kind of get it. He's like, listen, when I was given money, just like think of the Ed's parents. When I was given money to these schools, they were telling me it was going to go to like programs for the school. Like he was under the impression that like, yeah, I'm paying kind of, don't people do that all the time in different ways? Like, yes, I'm giving the school money, but I think it's going to go to like programming. And the judge said he was so hard on him because this guy was a huge charity guy. Like this Douglas Hodge. He like...
So you're saying he thinks he's giving to charity, so his kid's going to get
he knew that he was paying for his kids to get in, but he was also like, and it's going to go for some good. Like, you know what I mean? These programs, they're going to do some good programs.
Like, I'm going to open up the Nancy wing of this college, but my kids are getting in if I pay all this
And what
money.
do you think people do at Ed? We've talked about this. Look at the Ed stuff that goes on. What's the difference? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So
It's awful for me to say because I don't believe.
Yeah, well, I don't know how as a school you turn someone down, one of their kids down, if they just gave you a $100,000 donation to build a wing.
Would
But,
you,
but that's not what was going on.
Well, that's what he said, and the judge said to him, like, you're such a good person in the community, and you like give so much, you do so much for charity. His words were, he was disgusted and appalled. The judge said that? At this guy because he was such a good person normally and did this. And the guy said that he did it out of deep parental love, but it was inconsistent with his values and who he tries to be.
So like, he knew when he says that, he
admitted it.
Yeah, he admitted it, but he also said, hey, like, yeah, I was given this money, but I thought it was going to, like...
Well, but if you think it's going for good, he would have never made that comment, that second comment.
I think he's realizing maybe, like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that, but I have to say, like, okay, so as a parent, I probably wouldn't pay for my kids. I'd be like, sorry, bad luck. You suck. You can't get in. Sorry. But at the same time, the thing behind it, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, if you're a philanthropist and you're used to giving money to charities or to colleges or whatever, I think that there should be a given. If I give $2 million to a school, my kids should be allowed to go there.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's obvious what wasn't going on here, though.
Yeah, but listen, there are universities, like Harvard and Yale, that give out these honorable degrees.
Sure.
What is that? That's okay? You know what I mean? Like, this is so dumb.
What, so like Tom Hanks or something?
They give out honorable PhDs to people.
Yeah, Tom Hanks. Yeah, but
right,
here's my problem. I don't like the thing when I heard about Felicity Huffman or whatever lying about her kid being this pro rower.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Well, because forms had to be fudged so they can make it get through the system.
Not only that, do you know what rowing is? You guys know what rowing is.
Yeah, it's hard.
Those kids get up at 4 a.m.
Right.
They do it for 3 hours a day. They do it after school. They do it
Any
7
college
days
athlete
a week.
is like that. It doesn't matter what it is.
But if you take that spot away because your mom's an actress,
right? From some
you've been working your ass off, actually doing this stuff, and you take that spot away from some kid who actually did it,
right.
Shame on you.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
Ridiculous.
Totally agree.
However, if I'm donating money to a school as a philanthropist, and I'm donating $2 million to a school, and I want my kid in.
There's no reason to fudge things saying my kid is a row champion if you're doing that kind of stuff. That's why I think these people are all just guilty as heck.
But that's the way they could get in is through the athletic programs because they
that
obviously
was the only
didn't
way
have the academics
because they're doing
it
illegally.
Well,
right. No, I'm saying if, like she said, if they were just giving money like $1 million here and they were really giving it to the school to do good with it, they wouldn't have had to say my kid is a rowing star or my kid's a swimming star or whatever. They would have just said she donated $1 million to build a wing for us. Her kid is going to school. I would be fine with that.
A scholarship.
Right, you're taking away a scholarship from someone that worked hard their whole life.
Yeah. That's someone who really works hard to get that.
If that is probably a huge deal.
Your kids are in sports. You get it. Your kids work hard at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree with that for sure. Especially you're taking away from someone else that is a little less privileged, may or may not be, but that wasn't doing something like that. You're
a kid that worked their butt off.
Right. What if Aiden lost a scholarship because whoever, Felicity Huffman, did something like that?
Right.
I mean, you'd be upset. You wouldn't know, but
would that really?
You wouldn't care?
I mean, how do you know? Like
because
you don't know. You won't know. But the fact
because so she said her kid was on X rowing team, and your kid's really on X rowing team. You'd be like, I never met that kid in my life.
Oh right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why did they get a scholarship, and my kid actually does it every day at 4 a.m?
Well, then what happens? Like that kid doesn't even go do rowing.
Their mom goes to jail. That's what.
Right. I'm saying like they don't even go to the school and they're rowing because they've never rowed before in their life.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's all made up BS.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, don't steal.
I don't feel sorry.
Else.
I don't feel sorry for those people. I really don't. Just like you always talk about those people that evade taxes and stuff.
I don't know. I think that happens like on
Some of
every
it, yes,
level.
but
On every level, people lie on their taxes. Every level, from down to people like you.
I
How
know.
could you not lie on your taxes?
Right,
I know.
up to well, yes, you do.
Oh my
Stop
God,
it.
I don't. I
How
don't
many-
lie on my
How
taxes.
many
I am
donations
not-
did we make this year?
I do
like,
not lie
how
on my taxes.
Okay, maybe you are the first person ever in the history of the
Right.
United States to not lie on your taxes.
Right.
But it's set up in such a bullshit way that there's so many loopholes. It's like loophole, loophole, loophole. How could you not at least
And listen,
exaggerate?
and the wealthy people.
We're all gonna be.
Yeah, we're all gonna be audited.
You
Everyone
two-
else is here.
You two are.
We were audited. Was that last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah, that was a
wasn't-
normal. It wasn't a real
It
audit.
wasn't the real one, but we.
That was
it
just
like a
because of the
warning
child
almost.
credit.
The child
act or
thing, yeah.
something.
But so the wealthy people, I'm not going to mention like who I know, but they know, like they know the loopholes. They
Yes.
all know them.
Right.
Right.
They're all doing that.
Well, and they also file their taxes with tax attorneys
That know the loopholes.
and they don't mess with them. If you're like Amy and Joe filing your taxes
Yeah.
or $1 million person with a tax attorney,
yeah,
Well,
right.
but
You're getting busted.
but those people also know kind of what to do throughout the year to kind of hide and avoid things. Someone like me just lives the year and I go do my taxes. I'm like, oh, I donate. Yeah, that was $1,000 worth of clothes to Goodwill. Or
No,
whatever.
but you
I don't. I'm just saying. For instance, if it was
would
me,
never do that.
I'm just saying a person like me, I wouldn't. I'm
You
just saying
are
a person
so
like
honest.
me, but someone like that, like a person I know, they have all their ducks in a row, and they know, like, if I give $10,000 over here, I'm going to get a huge tax break.
Or
whatever,
I need to wait
I
until
can't spend this
January
much.
1st to sell this
Right,
home instead
right.
of December 12th.
They know all the little
every
loopholes.
single little tiny. It's so frustrating. So I don't know. I do think that does bother me that people like the tax evasion thing. Everybody does that.
Yeah, but so if you owe whatever in taxes, and these people owe like $1 million in taxes, it's worth it for them to hire a tax attorney for $10,000
Yeah.
to figure out how to get around it.
Right.
Of course.
It's not
Whereas
worth it
we
for us.
don't.
But it
We're
only-
like, oh my God.
But that apparently hurts the little people like us in the long run, with them smudging their stuff. The rich people, the 1%ers, them doing that affects us in the long run.
Okay, how?
Because they're not paying taxes that would in turn go to governments and local governments.
Yeah,
and
but
other-
with this
to help.
Republican government, they're not going to raise taxes anyway. They don't want taxes.
Well,
So what do they care?
yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. But
This is not a political show.
Lower services, lower taxes.
right, but if you're not paying your taxes, then how is the government and the cities and the local whatever going to run? That's what they depend on are our taxes.
Uh-huh.
So you have the rich people that are paying the most taxes, avoiding it. All that money, that's a lot of money lost that could be used for good.
Right. But they cover their ass.
Right.
So,
And so do the poor.
yeah.
Some of them. Not me.
Because
All right.
you would never lie.
No.
All right.
Not on camera.
So what? Okay, so this is a fun subject for me, of course. But
Yes. Amy subject.
I know, Amy subject.
Been waiting all
What's it
day.
gonna be?
Well, that was just an Amy subject. That wasn't that fun.
No, but it's stuff that I like.
You go, girl.
So, what do you think about the fact that Kim Kardashian is getting so much attention for coming out and saying that she's raising her babies plant-based?
She's
Like,
getting
it
attention
is
for that?
literally everywhere. Yeah.
I'd be annoyed that that's been going on. People do that all the time. And why is she getting the attention for it?
Is it not maybe a good thing that this is getting attention? I
Well,
don't
it's a
know.
good thing. Yeah. I mean, it's for people like you and that believe in the...
Believe in that weird way of
I
living.
don't think it's weird. I just think, yeah, that's good. But to me, it's annoying there's someone like you out there that does it. And, no one wants to listen to you. But, yeah, sometimes it takes a
But that's
celebrity
the point.
to... Yeah.
Maybe it's good that like so many more are coming out.
Right.
And not
I mean,
saying-
I don't like they use Kim Kardashian because I think, who is she?
Well, it's funny because speaking of, and I do want to talk about that too, like the thing with the Super Bowl halftime show. Everyone's like, oh, if I could look like J-Lo, whatever. And I'm like, go plant-based because that's
You
what she
could.
is. Like, she is
Right.
like, she is plant-based. She takes care
I
of
cannot
herself.
believe how many people
Oh, they
were annoyed by that. Like,
mad.
Wait, let's stay with Kim for a minute.
Okay, all right,
Okay,
let's stay
because
there.
I want to address this. So, you have totally changed my life in not eating meat and being.
you don't need me?
I haven't eaten meat in a
for
long
like
time.
years
really?
now.
Yeah.
How many years?
Well,
Like,
I've always
couple.
gone off and on with not eating meat, but you
Yeah.
really convinced me to be like, that's it. Like, I'm not. I do occasionally eat chicken wings with Cooper, but that's like once every few months.
Yeah.
And I'll have like one.
Yeah.
But the whole plant-based thing, no processed food, like you really changed my life with that. I thank you.
Aw.
But you've been on that path forever. So if Kim Kardashian, who I feel is kind of the Walmart of America, has finally got on board. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
really,
That means
like
then-
8 years after you, 10 years after you, 15 years,
20,
like how
yeah.
many? 20 years
Right.
after you. Then okay, great, good for her.
Yeah.
And then people who are of that elk will listen to her.
Yeah. That's why I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
The more people that you come up, the more KFC and Burger Kings and
I-
all that
that's
they
what I'm
get
saying.
these plant-based things. Like,
I think it's a good thing that but it's annoying that it's her. I think it's a good thing that a celebrity is.
Have you met her sister, Courtney?
I've never met her. No,
I love.
I've
She's- yeah.
never ran
Courtney.
into her on the street. And
She's
talked
my
to her, no.
favorite Kardashian.
Yeah, me
I love her.
too.
And she's been like that
Yes.
since probably her
for a
whole
long
life.
time.
Yeah.
So I bet if anyone's annoyed, it's Courtney. Like, wait a second.
Right.
Oh my god, I didn't
Bullshit
think
Kim
that.
is coming out with this. I have been sitting here telling all my sisters and family to
And they
eat
made
better.
fun of her.
Yes. Yeah,
They
yeah.
made
Yeah, but she's
fun
the
of
one
her.
that wanted off the show, right?
Courtney?
Yeah, she never liked taping, from what I understand.
I
I
don't
watched
know.
like a
Because
behind
she's
the
a
scenes
normal person. She's
Yeah,
a
none of them
normal
are normal.
person.
Yeah, she's a little emotionally
None of them are
bereft,
real
but
normal.
like,
Whatever.
but no, I like her. I do like
I
her.
do too.
And she's
my
very,
favorite Kardashian.
Yeah, she's very like naturally based. So I'm sure, I'm curious.
Scott's
how
my
it feels
favorite
like.
Kardashian.
Yeah,
Of
Scott.
course he is.
He's awesome.
Like I could, yeah.
Is he a Kardashian?
No, he's not.
He should
I mean,
be.
he's still so involved in like. I haven't watched that show in forever, but once in a while you'll catch it. Like I'll catch it on 28 or whatever.
Well, how many kids do Courtney and Scott have together?
3.
3. Okay, wasn't sure if
They
it
have
was
3?
4.
I don't know. I thought it was 2.
No, they
Oh,
have 3.
no, they at least have 3. I thought it was 4, maybe.
No, they have 3. I
Um,
think. Yeah. But
Scott-
he's like with someone new.
Disick.
Like he's got a real
whatever his name
girlfriend or
is.
something. And some of this I get from Maddie, but
Hmm.
I mean, once in a while I'll catch it, like I said, on E.
I do find him an attractive, but like swarmy kind of
Me too.
way.
He is,
I
in a way,
do
right. I
get
get
like
it.
how she was attracted to him. I totally get it. I felt like
Me too.
they had some definite connection.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It was like some guy from the east side driving over.
Well, he actually is kind of like that.
He is.
But I there's something I like about him. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah. No. He's.
he's a little.
I do like him.
He
I'm glad
reminds
you
me-
like him too, Joe.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
glad.
He kind of reminds me in a way, like he's kind of difficult like you, but I like this weird attraction of like staying like I'm sorry, but like I kind of see like a parallel, so I feel like you might relate with him.
Okay.
That was such a backhanded
Happens all the
compliment.
time. I'm used to it.
No, because
Oh
he's,
my God.
he's very charismatic and like she's attracted to she wants to be around him, but she
Correct.
just like gets frustrated with him.
Because she's
No.
afraid he's going to embarrass her,
Yeah.
like you are.
Yeah. 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 Oh,
But
speaking
he's-
of being embarrassed, though, think of all these moms that were just so embarrassed about the halftime show.
That fabulous segue, by the way.
Thank you.
I
loved it.
I mean,
I'm
And not just from a perverted man's point of view. Like, dude, going into it, I was like, Shakira, like, really? Who the hell is she anymore?
Oh, I love Shakira.
But she was
I've
awesome. I
always
actually
loved
think
her.
she stole
I loved
the
her.
show. I think she was better.
She's a very talented, like her mom and like grandma are like whatever belly dancer.
she's
I don't want to call
43.
her a belly dancer because I don't know if that's in
But
their
it's like
culture.
a Latino type thing. It's a
No, but
like
what
a-
is it? Like it's not a belly dancer.
Oh,
it's
I
like
don't know.
but they shake their hips in a
Right,
way that no one
right.
else can. And I love it.
Right.
And J-Lo. I mean, come on. So here's my thing. I got 2 things. First of all, no one cared last year when men were naked.
Right.
Yeah.
And if there were 20-year-old girls out there shaking their thing, would anyone complain? Because we're kind of used to that. But because a woman who's in her 40s and 50 get up there and do it,
I think it's great.
I loved it.
yeah.
I think someone, I don't know if it's you that said, like, we want women empowerment and all this stuff, and then they go out and they do something like that, and it's like, they want to bring them down now. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, they did a great
and
job.
all
Like,
these women that were like, I just had to turn it off, and my children were in the room, and I'm
Right.
like, your children were in the
Right.
room. Do you know what they see on YouTube every day?
Right.
And like,
someone
I
said,
just did not see anything
someone just
offensive at
today
all.
said on Facebook, I survived solid gold dancers.
Yeah, right.
You could survive this, which was great.
Solid gold.
No one was naked.
No.
Everyone was
Right.
covered.
But it
There
was
wasn't a
really
Janet Jackson
sexy.
thing. Yes, it was sexy.
It was
and
really
I don't have a
sexy.
problem with
Right.
that.
Yeah. Me
And my
neither.
10-year-old boy certainly didn't.
Right. Me neither. I didn't.
You know what I mean? I thought it was fabulous. And I don't. Here's the problem, though. I think a lot of
Oh
people.
no, I meant solid gold was really sexy.
I don't really remember. I remember
Don't you
watching
remember them being
it.
all in gold?
I do, but
Like
it was like
the- I
remember,
the
yeah,
70s,
yeah.
so nobody cared. We were like, yeah, it's all
Yeah,
sexy.
right.
But I feel like
But nowadays, like you see shit on YouTube, it's crazy. That was nothing.
I know. I didn't think it was anything either. That's so weird. When I watched it, I was not offended or like thought it was inappropriate. My kids,
Sharky
we were
sat
all
here watching it with us. I didn't think anything
Not
like
for a
you need
second
to go
did
away.
I think it was. I don't. It's so odd. To
Right.
me.
I just thought it was women dancing the way they dance. And
well, I think that maybe the people that were offended are maybe people that don't watch YouTube
True.
and
Yeah, right.
watch those kind of videos. And maybe they were like, oh, we're watching football and we're going to watch the halftime show. And then these women get up
But
there
wait
and
a
like
second,
shake
don't
it.
you know that Shakira and J-Lo both are kind of that way? Like
Yeah.
that's
I
their
do.
I mean,
I don't have a
they're-
problem
I
with
expected
it.
something like that from them. Especially Shakira.
Here's my
Yeah,
thing.
J Lo is too.
Well, right, but I don't know. I don't know how she is now. I haven't seen her in a long time, but I expected that out of them, and I didn't think it was crazy.
I didn't either. Oh, but I
I
have
was
to say,
shocked by the
have to say-
outpouring of like disappointment. Of
Do you
it.
know what we did miss? That I saw people were talking about on Facebook. At the beginning we must have missed it. I don't know why. The stripper pole. That's
I
what
saw
was.
it.
No, that's
what
I-
J-Lo
not
came
a big
down
deal.
on.
That's
Yeah,
where she
I didn't
came
see it.
out.
I didn't even like take it as that. That's the funny thing.
Oh,
I
see,
heard
I
it on the
missed that,
I heard
so
it
I
on the
didn't see
radio show in the morning. They were like, people are bitching about the stripper pole. I'm like, I don't
How
remember that.
athletic do you have to be to hug a stripper pole with your legs?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
It was stupid. The whole thing.
It was I
The
thought it was
people
amazing.
bitching about it, I
Here's
mean.
my deal. A lot of my friends were complaining they weren't offended by the sex, obviously, but they were offended by the fact that they weren't like they were lip syncing.
Oh.
Right. Well, that
Okay.
happens every year. That is another thing I expected.
Well, Prince
She didn't lip sync. La 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 la. She didn't lip sync that
What?
when she did her little Lebanese thing.
Oh no, Shakira did that. She goes.
Right. That's.
But they're I don't look at them as singers or like
Right,
these
they're performers.
They're entertainers.
I told her during it, I'm like, no one dances like that and can sing.
Yeah, at the
There's
same
no
time.
way you could do. Now they have a microphone on, so they could yell and do their
Right.
thing. But most of that sound and coming through is recorded, and that's
And
normal.
they're entertainers. They're
Right,
not getting. They're
right.
not Celine Dion,
Right.
and they're getting up there and entertaining us with their
or Coldplay.
beautiful voice.
Right.
Ew.
Well, they went up and sang at least. That was last year's. That's why I'm using it.
Hey, listen! Don't make fun of my.
Wait, wasn't that last year?
But
Yeah,
I
that's who
mean,
did it last year.
anyway, but I don't know where the Coldplay
What they
came in.
played.
But they're entertainers. Like Madonna. Is Madonna a great singer? No.
Yeah.
She's not.
She's an entertainer, a performer.
She's an entertainer. She's a performer.
Yes.
These two women are entertainers. They're performers. I was very entertained.
Even Timberlake probably lip sync.
Yeah, I don't think Timberlake has a particularly great voice.
He
but
dances.
these-
Oh, I like his voice actually.
and let's not forget, this was in Miami. This is Miami. What's
Yeah.
the population of Miami? They don't care what people in Nebraska think of their performance.
Yeah.
They're in Miami. They're going to their roots. They're going to
I
the
was more
Miami
offended
City.
Pitbull didn't come out.
I was waiting for Pitbull.
Right, like I mean, he's like
Where's
the
Pitbull?
quintessential Miamian or whatever you call it. Like
Miamian.
Miamian.
Hey, is my cousin Brian a Miamian?
He is now.
A Clevelander living amongst the.
But seriously, like
Miamians.
that, those are the things that I was like, oh, I wonder why they didn't bring up Pitbull. Or, you know,
So
or
is
this guy.
it? So all right, how do we label people here? Is it racist that the middle-aged white women didn't like it?
Let me
Like,
ask
what's
you:
the
if it was
problem
Madonna
here?
that was on that, like you mentioned Madonna, if it was her that people knew were coming out, would they expect something like that from
Yes,
her?
because I think
yes,
because
that
they
is
grew
what
up
she-
with Madonna,
right.
they'd be like,
and it
"Oh,
would have
it's
been okay, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
These
I
girls
also-
just went out and did what they do.
But I also think if you had a young woman out there, like say a what's her
Ariana
name?
Grande.
Thank you. She got out on the Grammys.
Or
and that's
Miley
a different
Cyrus.
platform. Yeah, and they get out there, they wear nothing. So it's okay if you're 20 and wear nothing.
Yeah.
And get out there and shake
But people
it.
still would have bitched about that.
No, they wouldn't.
I
They
bet
do
they
it all the
would've.
time. These women do it all the time.
Right, I know.
Did you watch the Grammys? Like Ariana Grande was on there with like her like butt hanging, and love her to death. She's cute. She's whatever. I'm not complaining about her. But her butt's hanging out, and no one said a word.
Yeah,
but someone who's older does it, and it's like, oh my God, it's offensive.
Do you think that's what it was, that they were older? I mean, listen,
Yes.
Shakira is like
That's
43.
Oh no,
You know?
I thought she was older than that.
I thought I heard she was
43.
43.
She's in her 40s,
Okay.
and J-Lo's in her 50s.
She just-
Shakira
turned 50.
looks
She
freaking
just-
amazing. Like, I didn't
She
know how
is
much
amazing.
I liked that girl.
Yeah.
She's an amazing entertainer.
I think.
she
Don't
was
you
great.
think that though? I think it's. Yeah, I hesitate to
There's
say.
just a
I
lot
think
of
it's
prude women out
threatening
there.
because.
And I don't mean prude by like...
No, I think it's threatening because it's like, oh, you mean I could be that way and I'm not.
Well, maybe that's what it is.
Oh, you think?
No, I said I hate to say that, but like I think a lot of people we do. It's easy to kind of start,
Just kind of
falling
give up.
into this. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
get it. It's really hard.
So you're
Like,
telling
Yeah.
me if someone's out there and they're like you're in great shape, it's not going to bother you. So most people out there, like, I'm sorry
No,
to
I don't
It
think
categorize.
didn't
Right.
bother
Only-
me. I'm just
No,
saying.
I don't think it is only people that are in
Not
great
just
shape
only
that it didn't
people.
bother. No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying.
no. People that aren't threatened. People that aren't
My
threatened,
point
that
is, someone
have
that
a
takes care of their
solid,
body
like-
that's in their 40s or 50s was not offended by that, right?
Right, but there's also women who
No.
aren't whatever and weren't offended by it.
Right.
but
I
that's-
agree. I'm not
that's
saying
what-
that.
We're
I'm-
looking for the root, and you think that's what the root is? That's what
Right.
he's asking.
No, yeah, I agree.
I don't
There's-
want to go there.
There's women out there that love that. They don't have to be in
No, I
shape or not.
think-
My point is, not one person out there that takes care of their body and cares about their body, like
Was
you
offended.
do, was offended by what happened up there.
Right, but I do think that there's women that, don't whatever, that weren't offended, that maybe just are more open-minded.
All right.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I got it.
I agree
I
with
got what
that.
you're saying.
My point is, the people that were offended, I
Yeah,
bet
who
you don't
are
find
they?
one person and that is. I'm trying not to be offensive,
I know,
but I know
me
I am
too.
being.
It's hard. I don't
am
mean to
being
be.
offensive, but not one of those people has probably got a body like that. Let me just say it like
Well,
that.
who does have
Oh,
a body like that?
Well, but that's the thing, and then everyone was like, well, they have this, and they have that, and they have this, and it's like, well,
They
yeah,
work
they
at it. It's
do.
not like someone.
But
like,
they're still doing the work. Like, they're still, they might have a trainer, they might have a chef, they might have whatever, but they're
Right.
still doing the
They're
work.
entertainers. That's their job.
Yes. Their whole life is
I didn't
around
expect anything
looking
other
like
than
that.
what happened on that show.
Look-
That's all. And if it didn't happen, and I'm not being a pervert guy that everyone's going to say I am. That was, yeah, right. I'm serious. Like, if they came out in a suit, pantsuit, and they sang, it would be fucking boring. Right?
Feckin'.
But J-Lo started out as a fly girl
Yes.
in Living
in
Color.
Yes.
And they
She's
danced
a
just
girl
like
from
that.
Jenny from the Block.
Yes.
She's a girl from where's she
Actually,
from?
if I was
Brooklyn or
offended by
whatever.
anything, it was the fact that I'm really sick of that song, and she sang it.
Jenny from the Block.
Yeah.
Oh, I was actually more offended
It's
that
like,
they didn't
Jesus.
play any song more than 20 seconds of it. Like, play the goddamn song. I'd rather
It's
they
a
play.
montage.
It
I,
was
I would
sexy
rather.
montage.
I'd rather they play 2 or 3 full-length songs than 20 seconds of 50 other songs.
You
It's
were
really
happy
annoying.
enough, okay? They didn't really. They knew you were
I
good.
would have just left Shakira on the whole time. She's just
Yeah, she's a hot
wow.
little
I
muffin.
can't believe how much
Woo.
I really liked her.
Yeah.
Shakira.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, did you see how much her record sales went up?
Did they
did
really?
they?
Oh my!
I downloaded
God.
all her albums.
See,
Yeah.
I know you did.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But
Oh,
unfortunately, there's
good
no
Lord.
videos attached to them.
It was like 180% or something. Because when was the last time we saw Shakira?
Yeah, right.
That's what I was like. Why would they have her on it? And then I watched. I was like, yeah, I'm glad they had her on it.
All right, so mission accomplished.
All right, Joe's happy.
Yeah.
But they're selling albums, they're doing their thing, and these. I mean, is it a small portion of people who are? I don't want to say women.
Well,
but is
usually
it a
that's
small
squeaky
portion
wheel.
of women
There
who are
was no
bitching.
men
Yeah.
who were upset about it.
No,
I mean,
if
what-
they were, that's their wives were saying that's ridiculous, right? Like,
But they
yes,
were really
that's
upset
ridiculous.
about it. They were just like, "Yeah, honey,
Yeah,
you're
right. That's what I'm saying. Right,
You're right,
that's
honey."
gross.
But I do want to say, for the women, it is really frigging hard to get older and watch your body, change. And so I do feel for women that are threatened. Like, it's not
If
comfortable
you're
to
dancing
see.
like that, I don't know
But
how
the
your body
thing
gets
is-
away from you.
It's because that's silly. They're not dancing like that every day. And, well,
She
maybe
would go
J-Lo
on
is because she had a
concert.
show in
Well,
Vegas.
J-Lo
but, like,
also had twins in her 40s. You know she got some little suction done.
But
I'm
You
sure,
had
right.
twins in your
But
40s.
Yeah, but she had one pregnancy. Come on. She had one pregnancy. How do you not come back from one pregnancy?
Yeah, but she had twins in her 40s. She also doesn't like drink and all that too, so good for her.
I know, but
You know what I
one
mean?
pregnancy, come on, I could have done that in my sleep. One out.
And she
come on.
probably did C-section.
She's about to say. Oh my god.
All right.
Anyways,
So
I
that's
do
it.
feel,
We've
wait,
exhausted that.
Hold on,
Oh, no, we
I
haven't.
do feel bad though. I'm saying I get it. I get it also as an older woman that it gets hard. It gets hard.
Yeah, but
like,
you don't have to take it out on
No,
that.
you don't. But I'm saying I'm trying to put myself in their shoes for a second.
Okay, do you also feel like it was inspirational for women to be like, how old are they?
Yes.
Like someone who doesn't know Shakira, someone who doesn't maybe know how old J-Lo is.
Yeah,
Because
I
you might
would
think she's
like-
in
Well,
her-
listen, do you remember
Maybe
when-
someone will be like, wow,
But
she's
you-
in her 50s?
No. Yeah, they do. They do.
I can do that.
But do you remember when we were younger and Tina Turner was 50? And everyone was like, look at Tina Turner. She's 50 years old. And she would wear those little mini skirts. She had the most amazing body. And she was 50 years old then.
That's true. And what's
So
your
there's
point?
there's no difference between that and that.
But I
mean,
was
there's always
in
been
50 then. I mean, 49. 48.
Wait, well, you're seeing it in a different light now. I'm just saying, even as me as a kid, I'm like, wow, a 50-year-old can look like that. When I thought a 50-year-old was using a cane and, you're old
Yeah,
at
I always
50
thought
years
Tina
old.
was super hot. And just,
Like,
she
it
was
was
so
just crazy.
strong.
Right,
like her
right.
arms and shit. Yeah, she
Right.
always looked good,
Yeah,
right?
the way she moved, yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did always look really good.
I don't know. I'd
But
like to
50
think
is
it's
a
an
different age
inspiration,
anymore.
but
It's
like
not.
at the same time, even in like yoga, I'll have these women come in and they're like, I'm this age, I can't do it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, there's
Right.
like a 99-year-old yoga teacher in New York that still does workshops. Like, it's your body. Use it or you lose it. Period. End of story. Like, there's no age limit to using your body. So I don't know that it's always inspiration. I feel like people just think that as we get older, we lose, and they just accept it.
I think those
it.
people are thinking they're just gifted and they were, God gave them that body.
Or
and
they have the
that's-
money
and they don't work
to
for it.
give
Right,
them that
right.
body.
I tell you can have money. You still got to work for that body. Both
Oh,
of them.
totally.
Well,
I'm just saying that's
maybe
not
not
excuse.
maybe not the boobs.
Maybe not the boobs,
But,
but
like,
I mean, you
other
don't
things.
move like that at 50 years
No.
old. You know how many girls I know at 50 years old could not shake
I
their
agree,
body like that.
but I'm saying some things they probably get help on, but yeah.
So okay, let's just break this down. So when you watch a Super Bowl party, there's two kinds of people. People that are inspired by it are like, yeah, girl, and people that are like pissed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like just angry.
There's no in between.
I
It
don't
really
think
didn't
there
sound
is.
like there
No,
was
it
any in
doesn't
between.
sound like there was any in between.
They really
You're
didn't.
either inspired or you're mad as hell. I really honestly feel
I
like
don't know.
that.
You think it's jealousy?
I'm a tiny bit indifferent.
I don't know because I don't feel that. I felt like hell's yeah.
Actually-
I just feel like I that's what I expected.
Right.
I'm familiar with Miami. I know Shakira when she was younger. I don't think she has the best voice, but I
Right.
always remember her hips. I was like, how does she even do that?
But
I
like
don't
you said,
get it.
she's just an entertainer. She's not about the singing. I mean, she is, but she's not.
Right.
It's about the dancing in the show.
And J-Lo's J-Lo.
And I didn't, that night, when it was over, I was like, that was okay, it was good. I wasn't like, wow, they were awesome. I
But
wasn't.
you're saying that now.
Now
Oh,
I
I
am
thought it was cool.
more because people are so mad about it. I was like, I'm proud of them. I think it's great what they did. It didn't bug me at all when I watched it. I thought that.
Yeah, but you're not a woman.
Right, so am I
there's
not allowed to have an
men that were
opinion?
annoyed.
Right.
What man was annoyed by that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if I could think of a man who would be annoyed.
I was just trying to think that, and I can't think of.
Just someone who would be like, I'm annoyed because of my wife's,
Right.
my Mormon wife staring at me with her hood on, and now I have to pretend I'm annoyed.
How dare they?
Oh my God! Look at J-Lo's ass. I can't look.
Someone said, I don't know if it was one of the sports shows I was listening to, one of the guys said that someone called in and the lady's like, even my 13-year-old boy was offended. He left the room. And everyone's like, he left the room to go to his room because he just saw what he
We
needed
know what
to
he was
see.
doing.
Right.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on, people. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what
But that's
it is.
what annoys me about America. And I don't know if it's just America or what, but people are just so freaking uptight. And it really is not a big deal. It really
isn't
is.
tight, but then people were also like, "Oh, that's racist. That's right.
What's
That's her
racist
culture."
about it?
Because that's her culture, and who are you to
I
say
would
they
take
should
race
move their
out of
hips
it.
like that? Like that's part of their
Oh
culture.
my God, what is this,
Or like the
Elvis?
tongue thing. Like that's,
She's Lebanese, you know.
well, that's what I'm saying.
Part
It's her
Lebanese.
culture.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shakira was.
She is, but she's part Lebanese, and she
That's
said
why
that's
she
why
went-
she did it.
So
love
everyone's
doing
like, "Oh my god, what
I
was she
wish
doing?"
my
She looks
culture-
like a
I thought it was
ghost.
hilarious when she did it. I was like, that's great.
Is it because Sharky and I do that?
I don't
And
know
I don't
why.
even do it to make fun. I actually think it's really
Right.
cool. Like,
But is it racist?
I think it was
don't
funny.
know.
She got in the camera's face and was like, "Oh."
Yeah, I shouldn't give.
wait, but no, if it's
Right.
her culture,
She
how
had been
can it
hammered
be?
or something.
If it's her culture, how can it be racist?
It's not. That's what
No,
people
the
wanted to
other
be.
people were saying,
About the whole-
like, what is she doing? Like, what is she doing? That's weird. Why is she doing that? They don't, because they're not educated. They don't get it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's doing what she knows.
And the whole thing, like with her hips and all that stuff, it's like, let her do it. I don't know. That's
Let
not-
her do it, but that is what she does.
And
It's
she's,
what she's
very
done.
good at
and that's what
it.
she's done since she's became who she is. I mean,
Right.
it's not like she came out. It's not like you said, Celine Dion came on and started doing that. Like, and
Yeah.
even actually, Celine probably shakes it a little. I
Celine
bet.
Dion's like, I'm going to sing and not eat. That's my
Right.
shtick.
That's
right.
But there's creativity, and all of us are individuals, and we all bring something different to the table.
Yes.
So when you bring it, you can't create another plastic widget or whatever. But when you come to your creativity and what you could do as people, yeah, I think we can do whatever we want.
Oh, me too.
Sign off.
So there's nothing else?
Oh, do we have anything else?
I have no other
What
topic.
was my topic?
You said you did have one more you wanted to talk about.
It was a
come
personal.
into
Oh,
the
the
ta-
dating shit.
You should be coming to the table with your notes.
I
day I was-
Eva virus
It
or
was
whatever.
the day I was supposed to
For it.
do my notes. I had the coronavirus.
Listen, I just talked about my personal dating situation for a long time. So I feel like I.
You want me to talk about my marriage? Do you have another?
No.
four-
We're not
four-
gonna need our drink for that.